Are you feeling the fire? It's the full moon in Leo, and I'm here for it. I'm Meagan Maris, and I'm here to give you your astrology forecast for the weeks of February 1st through February 16th. And we are at this pressure point. We are going into the powerful eclipse season, starting with the solar eclipse on February 17th. It's also the start of the Lunar New Year, the start of this powerful fire horse energy. And right before then, Saturn and Neptune are going to meet in Aries, and it's just igniting this brand new beginning. We just had Neptune move into Aries this week on the 26th, and this is a whole brand new start. For 14 years since 2011, Neptune has been in Pisces. It's really taken us into the depths of spirituality, all sorts of different modalities, and an acceptance of spirituality in all its forms has resurfaced. And there's been all sorts of information and gatherings and kind of this resurgence of the spiritual meeting the physical. And now that Neptune is moving into Aries, it's sort of like we're taking action on that intuition. Also, the shadow side of that Piscean energy that Neptune is home to and was in for these past 14 years is deception. So, what that means is that as a collective, we're all starting to wake up. We're starting to wake up. Many of us have been awakened for a long time, and we're like, welcome. Yep, that's happening. That's real. Those are the dark agendas. That's what they're doing to humanity. Welcome. Welcome to the apocalypse. But the beautiful thing about Neptune in Aries is that it creates this bold courage. It creates this archetype of the spiritual warrior where, yes, there are terrible things that are happening, but we will stand up to them and love will win. So, back to this beautiful energy of the full moon in Leo, it is opposing the sun in Aquarius. And that's sort of me all of the time. I'm an Aquarius rising with Jupiter in Aquarius on my ascendant, and then I'm a Leo sun, Mercury, and Mars. So there's always like this push pull dynamic in me of Leo and Aquarius. So I'm the perfect representation of how to navigate this energy. So full moons themselves are a culmination. It's the time where we look at where we've gone in the last 6 months. So we had our new moon in Leo around August, probably around that Lionsgate portal. I don't recall the exact date. But so from last summer up to now, something has been building, especially wherever Leo is located in your chart. And if you're not sure, feel free to reach out to me and book an astrology reading. I'd be happy to support you and to guide you in knowing how this moon will specifically affect you. But for all of us, we have to think about Leo as the heart and Aquarius as sort of like our mental capacity. In its highest form, it's connected to the mind of God. And in its lower form, it's more of this detached clinical energy that almost forgets that humanity is made up of people and that we need to love them all. And the interesting energy about Aquarius is that it's not judgmental, but it can be critical because it's just like, this is right. This is how humanity should treat each other, and this is not right. And so if you're not operating in the not right, then you must not be right. That's sort of like the deduction of Aquarian energy. So Leo comes in and it sort of brings us this beautiful creativity, this playfulness, this childlike wonder and energy, and allows us to sort of shine the light in all of this Aquarian energy. Right now, all of the personal planets, all of them are in Aquarius. They've all met with Pluto over the past week or so. So if you felt intense, that's all of us. That's all of us. Welcome. And now it's sort of like we're starting to take all of the transformative experiences that we've had, all of the breakthroughs, and now it's time to create. Now it's time to shine. And the beautiful energy about Leo is that it invites people to shine by realizing that it's safe. If you've ever heard that Marianne Williamson quote, like from Return to Love, which is an amazing book if you have not read it, but I want to get this right. So I'm going to read it to you because I really feel like it defines this Leo energy to the T and helps us to understand what the lesson and the assignment is for this full moon in Leo. So our deepest fear is not that we're inadequate. Our deepest fear is that we're powerful beyond measure. It's our light, not our darkness, that most frightens us. We ask ourselves, who am I to be brilliant, gorgeous, talented, fabulous? Actually, who are you not to be? You are a child of God. Your playing small does not serve the world. There's nothing enlightened about shrinking so that other people won't feel insecure around you. We are all meant to shine as children do. We were born to make manifest the glory of God that is within us. And as we let our own light shine, we unconsciously give other people permission to do the same. As we're liberated from our own fear, our presence automatically liberates others. So this is so what Leo is about. As we're liberated from our own fear, as we give ourselves permission to shine, we let other people shine. And right now, as we're looking out into the world, it doesn't look very sparkly, does it? It looks really terrifying. If you're in the US, you have seen the killings of Renee Good, of Alex Preddy, using children as bait to take their families into deportation camps and detention centers that are basically like the Holocaust revisited in 2026. Like, these people are being tortured. They are given horrendous conditions, food that is awful, just horrible. I don't even want to go into it because I just invite you to do your own research. I don't want to go into the depths of human suffering right now, because Leo is saying, yes, we acknowledge that, but we're not going to solve the problem by shrinking. We're not going to solve the problem by hiding out and thinking it's not safe. What we really need to do is start all shining that bright light of God within us and saying, even though there is destruction right now, even though there is chaos, even though things are falling apart, Pluto in Aquarius is the energy of crumbling the infrastructure of Capricorn, the old traditions. When Pluto was in Aquarius in the past, we've had civil wars and revolutions, and Neptune in Aries, when it was in Aries, during the Civil War, it was literally Neptune went into Aries, and then the next day was the Civil War. So welcome. And we have war and chaos and conflict happening all over the world. And what we need to do is whatever we can, right? Some of us are called to advocate. Some of us are called to pray. Some of us are called to speak up about it. Some of us are called to do something else. But the thing that we can't do is bypass it. And the thing that we can't do is pretend that it's not happening, even if it's not in your corner of the world yet. And I say yet, with our fingers crossed that humanity can waken up very soon, because it's kind of like the 11th hour here. But we also have to remember that every good story has that moment that we are in this period of how are we going to make it through this? How are we going to get out of this? How will humanity reconcile itself? And the way that we do that through Leo is that we continue to create, we continue to shine, we continue to make art, we continue to celebrate, we continue to be generous, we continue to be kind, we continue to have hope. Because Leo is that sun energy, that light, that no matter how dark it gets, we remember that light that is within us as God through us. And so this Leo full moon is inviting you to ask, where are you shrinking? Where are you feeling that you are not good enough? Where are you comparing yourself to other people? Because that is not going to serve you. It is not going to serve humanity. And the thing about Aquarius energy, and we have so much Aquarius energy right now, is Aquarius energy wants to serve humanity. It wants to bring humanity to this higher octave of the mind of God, of these beautiful unifying principles that we all deserve: equality and justice and liberty. And Leo is it's the route that we do that. So these Aquarian ideals are very idealistic, right? And they're very like cerebral. And so what Leo does is it takes those beautiful ideals from the head and it brings it down into the heart space, into this embodied energy of how can I do that through my creative expression, through my personification of God in form, through my story? And so, what I am bringing forth at this time, or I guess what came through me, which I'm really excited about, is this 7-day complimentary reset journey with the Mermaid Empowerments. And we're going to go through them very simply, so simply that even the most non-committal mutable signs can join us. And you can start at any time. And so it'll go through creation, self-care, imagination, the flow, self-love, confidence, and radiance. So it is going to peak on this full moon in Leo. That's when I'm releasing it. And then we can all get started when we're ready to work through these mermaid empowerments to help us to overcome those fears of being seen, overcome those blocks of unworthiness of who am I to be brilliant and gorgeous? Who am I to enjoy life when another mother or another child is in a detention center right now? Or who am I to enjoy the sun outside when other people are suffering? And that's when we have to take the Aquarian ideals and the Leo heart and say, I will lead with my joy. I will be prosperous, because as I am prosperous, I can support the energies of lifting those other people up. We're not going to lift each other up when we're all in survival mode. And so we don't forget each other, but we remember we serve with heart. We create with heart. We do with other people in mind. We have gratitude for everything that we have. And as we are grateful for all of the amazing things that are happening for us, we say, yes, let humanity be lifted up as we are lifted up. Let us all rise together. And that's really the energy of this full moon in Leo, is all rising together. As we move into the fire horse year, there is so much, there's a lot of uncertainty. There's a lot of momentum that's building. In these final weeks of the year of the snake energy, it's really a time of preparation. It's a time of the last shedding of the skin, the last clearing, and kind of getting our ducks in a row and recognizing that next month we don't know what's happening. There is literally like a cosmic reset, and we're kind of getting a taste of it. And we did last year when Neptune and Saturn moved into Aries. But now it's like really go time. And with all this fire and air, as someone who is mostly fire and air, you have to really learn to temper the fire. You have to make sure that you're taking care of yourself, because if you act out of this Aries energy of impulsivity and impatience, it's not going to give you a good result. And we're going to see that in the collective. We're going to see a lot of people acting out in impatience and impulsivity and creating a lot of stress and chaos and kind of learning the hard way. So we're all going to have to be gentle with ourselves, because it's like, what do we do with all this fire? The air that Aquarius is fanning the fire, right? So if we're using the fire to focus on our strength and our self-care and our discipline and pouring into ourselves, and then from that grounded embodied space, we take action, that's when we're going to yield good results. But if we're feeling it as like anger and frustration, and like, if I don't do this now, I'll miss my chance, we're going to get ourselves caught up in situations that actually are going to be more challenging than they need to be. And we have to be really careful in this energy of burning bridges, or of jumping, taking that leap before we look. And so patience and breath work and non-reaction are going to all serve us so very well. So let's get into the cards, and we'll see what mermaid empowerments are guiding us in this full moon energy, where the light is brightest and it's shining on us now, about how we can shine and let go of those fears of our own visibility. So we have approval. The mermaid empowerment for approval is, I approve of myself completely. And what's really interesting about the shadow of Leo, I would know very much with all of my Leo energy, is this need for external validation. And that can lead to people pleasing. It can also lead to dimming your light, or kind of shape shifting, or becoming a chameleon based on who you're around. And when that starts to happen, you become lukewarm in your shine and your sparkle, and you become more of this like performative energy, like a fractal or a fraction of you rather than the whole beautiful diamond of your own self-expression. So this card approval is saying, I approve of myself completely in my weirdo energy that Aquarius is bringing out, in my strength of wanting to speak out, even if it ruffles other feathers, in my refusal to go with the crowd, even if the mob is saying that this is okay, just comply, just obey. You've got to ask yourself, like, where am I looking for outside approval? Where am I asking for permission? When Leo, this full moon in Leo, is saying, give it to yourself, approve of yourself. Start to shine by feeling safe in your body. And if you need that mental reset, go for it. And then we have forgiveness. The mermaid empowerment for forgiveness is choosing forgiveness sets me free. We've gotten this before in previous energy forecasts, and this can be self-forgiveness, but it can also be forgiveness of others. So you have to sit with yourself and contemplate on where am I holding on to unforgiveness? Because as the Course in Miracles teaches, which is a very beautiful sacred text about stepping into the energy of Christ consciousness, that we can either have a miracle or we can have a grievance, but we can't have both. So if you're asking for something in your life, more of something, more visibility, more success, more abundance, a relationship, whatever it is, ask yourself, like, where am I holding on to the past? And I just need to release it. All this Aries energy that's coming through in Saturn and Neptune is giving us a new beginning. So we can't take the old stories into this new beginning and prosper in this new beginning. We just can't. And then we have self-mastery. The mermaid empowerment for self-mastery is I am the master of my mindset. So we will seek external validation. We will. That's our programming. We will be in those places of not wanting to forgive and wanting to hold on to the resentment, wanting to hold on to the shame if we ourselves feel that we've done wrong in some way. So the self-mastery is like noticing it, noticing when you react, noticing when you get caught in those Aryan spirals of, oh, I reacted. I said something I shouldn't have said. I was impulsive. I was impatient. We forgive ourselves and we approve of ourselves, even though I did this thing that probably wasn't the best choice. In hindsight, I forgive myself. I love myself. I choose again. So then the final card that we have from the mermaid deck is synchronicity. And the mermaid empowerment is every sign that I see brings more signs to me. So this is beautiful. It's saying, look for the signs. Once you have those intentions, full moons are about what you want to release. So the universe is going to show you signs that those last snake skins of these old beliefs of unworthiness and shame and this old storyline are releasing. So look for those signs, even if you don't see the full results just yet. So now let's move to the tarot and see what additional messages we have regarding this full moon. We have the 10 of Wands, and Wands is fire. So it's perfect that there might feel like there's a heaviness in this full moon. It's not just going to be like we step onto the stage and we're like, I'm here, I'm Leo, and I'm singing and I'm creating. It's like we're having to like move through the heaviness and the fog of like all this old stuff and all this chaos, and like say, like, I'm going to take this journey. It might be a difficult journey. It might feel like an uphill battle at times. And that's why we've got to focus on the synchronicity. We've got to focus on our self-mastery. We've got to focus on forgiveness. And we've got to keep approving of ourselves, even if the world is not giving us permission or letting us know that we're okay or we're doing it right. And then finally, we have the wheel. This is really great news. It's saying that fortune is in our favor. Whatever battle, whatever challenges feel heavy at the time. And with the 10 of Wands, it's often like we have this burden that we're carrying, and like it just feels so heavy. We're like not even looking up. We're not noticing the beauty. We're not being present. But this is saying, like, at the top of this hill, there's like a change. Like something is being worked in your favor as you're releasing, as you're forgiving, as you're looking for the signs to keep you going on that path, knowing you're going in the right direction. This is saying that there is a beautiful change, fortune, and you've got to trust it because we need that hope. It's either hope or disempowerment and disillusionment. And we can't afford that right now. There are too many people that are hopeless. So our hope is needed. There are too many people that are lost. So our ability to focus and have clarity is needed. Leo is about being a leader, and it doesn't necessarily mean you're leading on a stage in front of hundreds of people. You're leading as an example with your light, with your groundedness, with your commitment to self-love and self-care and self-forgiveness. So I hope you can join me on that 7-day mental reset journey with the Mermaid Empowerments. It's a beautiful curated experience that will support you in feeling radiant and expressing more self-love and self-care in your life, and really just detoxing your thought life, because our mindset is everything. I also have a powerful new package called the Threshold Reading. It is 1 part astrology, 1 part galactic channeled reading that will support you in understanding what's next for you as we step into this beautiful new beginning of Neptune and Aries on the precipice of eclipse season. Just so many things, so many things. And you can also reach out to me if you're an entrepreneur that's interested in graphic design or web design work or anything like that. And as always, I am sending you so much love and wishing you a beautiful next few weeks. And soon, very soon, we have that solar eclipse energy. So hold tight and let your light shine. I love you so much. Have a beautiful day.